Welcome back to My Big Fat Mess. I'm Anthony Ferraro and today we're cooking penne arrabbiata. Arrabbiata, not alla arrabbiata, please. Arrabbiata, penne arrabbiata, angry. How do you make it angry? Chillis. Peperoncino. You need some penne rigate. I always use the rigate. Why? Because it holds onto the sauce better. Bit of garlic, fresh tomato. I like these little baby truss tomatoes. They're awesome. And I'm going to use some passata. This is a baby Roma. So I've got two different types of tomatoes. If I had access today to some San Marzano tomato, some pelato, I would use that as well. I'd use 3 different types of tomato. So that way you're getting this amazing kind of punchy, sweet, acidic. It's brilliant. A little bit of Pecorino Romano and then a little bit of fresh basil. So let's get started. This one doesn't take very long. Always get your pasta water on first. Cold water start. Don't do this hot water business. I'll allow you to boil it in the kettle, but cold water start. Done. All right, let's start making the sauce. All right, pan on. Let's get this going. Extra virgin olive oil. We'll get this on to like a medium-ish kind of a heat. I am going to get my garlic and chili first, and then I'll throw in the tomatoes, because this is what we want to flavor the actual oil. I like it nice and rough because we're going to cook it so nice and gently that it's going to melt in there and it's just going to do its thing. It's arrabbiata, which means angry. Put a couple of these in. Don't go just one, minimum of 2, but then you can go as many past 2 as you like. It just depends on how angry you really are. So chop those up nice and fine, bello fino fino fino. And all of this is happening while our pasta water is boiling. I'm cooking a portion for 2 people. Okay, I'm going to turn that down. For me, there's a little bit too much excitement in there at the moment. I am going to sprinkle salt on a little bit of everything there. So I'm going to use 4 of these and I'm just going to chop them up roughly. It's important when you're chopping tomatoes, do have a sharp knife. I think I would like just a little bit more olive oil in there. Now, how do you know when it's time to put in your fresh tomatoes? You will start to see the color of the garlic change a little bit. And you'll start to get a little bit of caramel on there. You can see it here, a little bit there, a little bit there. So we're almost ready. So you do have to work pretty fast. And I think I'm going to be on time, which is good. Love isn't always on time. Ho, ho, ho. I am happy with that. In with the fresh pomodoro. Increase the heat now to 8, medium high. Drop the heat on your pasta water and a nice punch of salt, because we're going to get it really nice and salty, like the sea. Under the sea, under the sea. Oh, Ariel, Ariel. Now, straight away into this, I'm going to add a little bit of my old mate, Nonna's trick, apple cider vinegar with the mother, con la mamma. I'm going to put a full cap into this, just to help with the acidity. A little bit of salt, but not too much, because I've got a heavy amount of salt in the pasta water, which I'm going to use in there to put into here to get everything going. Now, I'm going to cook this through probably for another 2 to 3 minutes. Still the same kind of heat. Now, time for pasta to go inside. These particular penne, number 73, I believe they are, 11 minutes. So I'm going to use about half a packet, which is about that much. Just made a massive mess. It's all part of the fun. Oh, this is almost good now. I'm going to drop the heat gently. And now I'm going to taste this for sweetness and acidity. The acidity is good. Sweetness balance, could do with just a little more. I will put just a little pinch of sugar in there. It's not illegal to put sugar in like at this stage, okay? If anybody tells you otherwise, tell them to jump. I'm going to increase the heat just a little bit. And now it's time for the passata di pomodoro. Done. Okay, so I've got my passata in. Now I'm mixing it all together. We increase the heat now just to get our bubbles going. And look, notice nothing sticks to the bottom. If you are cooking vigilantly and you are doing the right thing, you will not burn your sauces. Do not be scared of high heats. High heats are great for cooking. You just got to learn how to control them so they don't stick. As soon as this pasta is ready, this will all be ready to combine and we're done. That's how simple it is to make penne arrabbiata. All right, so we're almost there. There's about a minute or so left to go for the pasta to be ready. Come and have a look at this. I am now going to drop this all the way down to a 4 because I now no longer need to cook. I'm just keeping it warm. For the amount of pasta that we have, this is quite a large amount of sauce. Now, I'm all about saucy, but at the same time, I don't like too much. So I'm gonna take some of this sauce off, okay? So, save some pasta, water. For a dish that we're doing like this, half a cup, more than enough. Beautiful. It's al dente, it's hot. But you can see, there's that little bit of crunch in the center. Okie dokie. Now, pasta inside. Beautiful. Salta in padella. Give it a toss. Let's see how much of a mess I can make on my white shirt. Hey! Now that is actually really good. I'm not gonna add too much pasta water. Just a smidgy. I'm turning the heat off completely. This is the right amount of sauce for me. Let's give it some aromatics. A little bit of basilico, basil. I love these little fresh kind of pots that you can buy at the shops. Rub it in your hands, tear it, throw it in. That's it, that's all it requires. With the basilico, it just adds that extra dimension. Remember, always put your herbs in at the end. Pecorino Romano. You could use Parmigiano Reggiano, you could use Grana Padano. For this dish, I love Pecorino Romano. And there we have it. Penne Arrabiata in like 13 minutes. Doesn't get easier than this. This is a showstopper. It's an absolute winner. Go out there and cook it. It's really, really nice. I'm gonna tuck in. Buon appetito.